A few months would pass now as Angel was sitting down looking at Al's grave, as he knew that Al was no more. Once you perished in hell, that was it. No more life. Nowhere to go to. Wasn't like there was an afterlife. That was just it. As Angel would just stare at the grave, thinking about his mentor, thinking about what he did for him, as suddenly Charlie would grab his shoulder and say, "Come on now. It's time for the peace talks. Since you're taking Al's place, we should go." Angel would say, "Doesn't it take?" "Yes, usually it takes years and years of training. However, Val trained you personally, and you showed great courage, so it's time you take his place." As Angel would go with Charlie for the peace talks, so would Lucifer, her father. As they both would show up, two angels would fly down, but of course, they would look different in this timeline. His eyes were pure white, as they represent holiness, but they had no pupils. They just stared, as her clothes would be golden, and her mouth would have no teeth. It was just a dark void whenever she talked. Sarah would come down, and she would look extremely different. Her hair was non-existent. Instead, it was replaced with pure gold that swung around like hair, gold strands, as her eyes were dark instead of Sarah's white, and her mouth had a holy glow. Whenever she opened it, it was pure golden. As she said, "Well, let's sign the 10-year contract like normal." Charlie would say, "No, we destroyed your top commander. We want 20 years and reparations." As these reparations would pay for the war and pay for the damages that heaven did to hell, and then some. Heaven was furious. Sarah was going to say no, but Emily said fine. As Sarah would say, "Outrank you, what are you doing? We can't continue this war. Sure, we have plenty of soldiers without Adam, and we could just put a new general, but they'll be inexperienced. And besides, this was a big blow to our morale, and they won't make the same mistake twice. Hell learned from this attack, and they'll make sure we can never sneak attack them again. Our advantage is gone, and they can easily push us into heaven. We'll have the home turf advantage and push them back, but that will cause way more destruction at home. It will be less cost effective just to pay them." As Sarah would say, "You are wise, all right. But I want 10 years, not this 20. Charlie would say 15. "We did beat you pretty bad." Sarah would sigh as they signed the contract. Angel would say, "What are you guys talking about? After every war we sign a contract. There'll be a 15-year period of peace. Then we'll go and start to fight each other." As they agreed to this, Charlie would then go back with Angel back to the hotel. As Angel would sit there inside, the hotel was rebuilt and was made sure that nothing like this could happen again, as the recruitment centers for people on Earth were spaced far out. As Angel would sit there sad, he lost Sir Pentious, and he lost Val, his mentor. As Vox would walk in and say, "Hey, Angel, you got a second?" Vox would say, Veronica didn't want to take over. She was supposed to be a successor after Val. After all, Val's job was to lure people in like Veronica, but Val did a lot of fighting too. Veronica wasn't interested in fighting. She was also only interested in love and pleasure, so sadly, we got you. But that doesn't mean you don't have potential. You just haven't been trained enough for it. But either way, it's time for you to train more. Are you ready? Angel would nod as he would listen to Vox, as he would go off and begin to train with Vox. As Angel trained with Vox, Nifty would be taken care of Vizipop. Vizipop was very important to their plan, had a lot of power. Nifty would say, "So how did you get so powerful?" As then Vizzy would sigh and say, "Isn't it obvious? I gave up my soul, of course. It's not that hard." As she would then read, "Aren't you scared to end up for here forever?" "Nope. Once I realized you can become a powerful sinner, I made a deal to become powerful once I passed too. And I have plans so I don't have to work much. You see, I produce beautiful art up on Earth, and shows that if people watch and become corrupted, they get sit down here. I am very valuable. And as long as I stay valuable, I'll be getting rid of. I'm no fool. I know he doesn't care about me. But as long as I'm valuable, there's no shame in getting rid of it." As then Lucifer would walk in, "So that's not true. I care about all my subjects." "Huh." As then Vizzy would say, "Keep lying," as he would laugh and say, "Oh, you," as then he walked away. As Nifty would say, "Wow, you talk to him like that? You got balls. I like that. Hee hee hee." Vizzy would sigh and say, "Of course you do." Take care of the hotel and begin to learn more under Vox. She would become like a battle maid, ready to defend it. as Hell knew they needed to defend these centers. They had centers of changing, where they change humans into demons, defended at all times, but the pipes and the things under them, guarded by imps, are easily betrayed. They also learned that imps can betray the hierarchy, so they needed harsher rules to make sure that this couldn't happen, to make sure the imps would be under the higher-ups forever. Hell was changing, and definitely not in a good way for any imp. As this continued onwards, Hell would continue to change more and more. As then we cut to someone interesting. We cut to Vox, as Vox would be looking at a picture of Val next to his grave as he would cry. As Vox kept on crying, he would hold onto the tombstone tightly. Why? Why? I don't understand. So many people you let perish. So many people you perished yourself. You weren't supposed to care about anyone. And yet, look at you. Look at where you ended up. Why? 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 He kept on crying, hitting the ground over and over and over again, until Velvet would grab his hand and say it's okay, as then they would hug, as Vox and Velvet would walk away. Val was a valuable general and a valuable member to the team. As then we cut to another grave, Alistair's. Alistair was no more. Charlie would watch it and smile. Oh, Al, you were my top commander, yet you were stealing information, stealing spells, trying to become stronger behind my back. I didn't really care, since you provided me with such great strength, but after you failed, and you were a traitor, that was too much. Wasn't it? As Charlie actually took Al's soul right before it disappeared, and put it inside of a necklace, as Al would say, yes, it was. What are you gonna do to me? As Al was trapped in that necklace, Charlie would say, well, I could just make you burn in lava forever, like I should do, but instead I have a better idea. I am going to take your powers with me, and I'm going to wear you and make you watch as I fight. Charlie would laugh and walk away, as Al's soul was now trapped in that necklace for all eternity. As the years passed, Hell changed more and more. As we cut to Angel, Angel's been in training for 2 years now to try to take Val's place. Val was an expert marksman. He could sneak up on anyone, and he can use his desires to bring people down. He was the strongest succubus, and succubus weren't known for being strong. Incubus weren't known for being powerful, but what he was known for was his looks and desire, and he could use this as a weapon. He also was a traditional fighter at the same time, and Angel learned all these techniques. And as Angel would go in, he would see Velvet and Vox both sitting there, as Vox would say, well, you got the job. Are you ready for your first mission? Angel would nod. As then, your first mission is to buy a club, a pretty shady club, with yours truly. As suddenly Vizzy Pop would walk in, as him and Vizzy went up to the surface. They could join this rich club or something. We cut to Heaven, as Heaven was preparing. They had 15 years to prepare for the next battle, getting an army ready, getting a new general ready. As they were getting everything ready, suddenly God would walk towards them. God didn't have a body. God was simply just pure light. God had no gender. God had no body. God was just pure light, as it blinded them all. As God would say, so, how did the war go? Sarah would say, well, we've lost. I know, we've lost before, but we've never lost as bad. If you lose again, then I'll cast you down to hell just like Lucifer, and I'll let him do whatever he wants to you. And let me tell you, that's not a pretty sight. God would say as he would start to float away. As then Emily would say, wait, God, can you? God would say, I'm not going to help you. This whole thing is just for my amusement. If I wanted to, I could wipe them all out. Besides, I'm bored. As in God would leave, not caring about them or anything. As Sarah and Emily would sigh, they would get back to work. As they would try to do it. As they would try to stop. That's going to leave this video and the series off. I hope you all enjoyed this. I know it kind of lost interest in a while, so I don't know how many people are watching, but if you're watching it, yay! And I guess more people, I hope more people want this, but soon I'll do the What If Hazbin Hotel and Dragon Ball are in the same universe. And after I do a few more videos, I'll edit all these videos into a movie. I used to do it right after I finished the series, but I will have some videos in mind. And I'm recording something on my computer right now. It's what I use. Used to be, before I had this computer, I would just use my phone. I had to delete like almost every single app, every video, everything I had to save an hour-long video so I can post to YouTube. I used to do that all the time, but now I'm just like, why bother? You know what I mean? I mean, I could do it easily, but like then I have to reinstall it all back and just like, and that was before, honestly, that I was too into other apps. I've been trying to experiment with games on the App Store with some draw stuff and things like that, trying to learn how to draw, and I still suck at it, but it is what it is. But yeah, so I just feel like it would probably be better if I just wait a bit and download it on my computer. It'll just make it a lot easier for me. And yeah, so basically you'll probably get it late this week or next week, the movie, unless I finish something sooner than expected, which it's going pretty fast on my computer, so who knows. But yeah, and don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share with all your friends. I hope you all enjoyed this video, because I enjoy it. Making videos have always been fun for me, and My Hero has just finished. The 8th season will go to Hulu after a while, and then I'll binge the whole damn thing. Probably won't remember it because my memory sucks, so I have to look stuff up and try to, connect the dots. I mean, it'd be easier to read an entire script and do that, but I ain't got time for that, I'm trying to upload YouTube videos. I'm trying to edit both channels. I have a gaming channel, by the way. Subscribe to that. And do my job. But I have free time, I take my free time seriously and stuff like that. So, if I didn't need to sleep, if I was up 24/7, I would definitely do it. I would definitely just be like, okay, I'm just gonna make a script, do that. You know what I mean? And maybe if I made YouTube my career, which you have to get tons and tons of views, maybe even a serious Patreon, which I want to wait till 10K. I could start now, but I want to wait until 10K because I feel like I achieved something, you know what I mean? So I feel like I can do more stuff with that. So yeah. And also I have no idea what perks, because like I know nothing about making merch, so there's like nothing I can do there. And so, and live streams maybe, but like I mess up all the time when I'm recorded normally. And on live stream, it would be even worse, you know what I mean? And yeah. So I don't know if you all would want that. And I don't know what days to pick for that. So I'm generally at a loss. And I don't want to Discord or anything like that, because there are channel creators that their Discord gets like hacked or bombarded or something like that. Or someone just like spam inappropriate stuff and it doesn't get catched in time. And that just seems like a lot of work. Now, most likely it won't happen. Most Discord servers kind of chill. But I just don't want to take the risk. Also, believe it or not, I just what I do online mostly is just watch YouTube videos and post. You know what I mean? I'm not really into that many fandoms. I don't really use Discord that much. So I don't really want to do that. So yeah. If I did a members only, what would you want me to do? Like, what would get you to do it if you would do a Patreon? Like, would it be like a Discord server? Would it be like live streams? Would it be something else? Would it be like shout outs at the end of the video? I mean, I guess I could do that, but I feel like my channel's not that big, you know what I mean? And I don't know how many people subscribe to someone because they get shouted out, or even if you want to, because I feel like getting shouted out, you just kind of want that if you want people to subscribe to your channel. So I don't know how much good really shout outs do, because shout outs can bring you a lot of subscribers, but then they just don't watch, so they just kind of leave if they're not interested in the topic, which happens a lot if it's not like the same type of niche, you know what I mean? So yeah, I just don't know. So if you have any ideas, let me know. I'm probably a long ways away because my growth has started to slow down a lot. And that's for multiple reasons. The month has not been the best. But that's because, well, of a bunch of stuff. But, the Invincible video is starting to pick up. And the Charlie Kids video was picking up. What if Charlie and Vaggie had a son? So, I'm starting to get back. My channel's not dead yet. My channel's not dead yet. Maybe I'm just coping. I don't know. But yeah. Also, I kind of want to do some Dragon Ball, do some One Punch Man, do some anime, you know? And yeah, I'm really excited to get into that. So if you have any anime you want me to do, let me know in the comments below. Love you all so much. Thank you for being here. Thank you for supporting me. Leave your suggestions like normal. Peace out.